Hey, Blue Friends! On Wednesday, November 19th, there will be an announcement about five-star recruit Baba Oladiton. Will BBN and Pope manage to bring him to the Wildcats? Let's analyze the news. But first, subscribe to the channel. Kentucky basketball continues its rebuilding cycle under Mark Pope, and the next big chapter could be written on Wednesday, November 19th. On that day, five-star recruit Baba Oladiton will announce his college decision. And there's a palpable expectation in Lexington that the talented forward will choose to wear the Wildcats blue. BBN is counting down, and it's no coincidence. Everything indicates that Pope and his coaching staff are once again positioned exemplarily in another elite national recruitment race. Oladiton, a recruit from Silver Spring, Maryland, is considered one of the most versatile players in the country. Originally part of the 2027 class, he reclassified to 2026, demonstrating above-average technical and physical maturity, something that immediately attracted the attention of major programs. Currently, he holds the 10th position overall in the national ranking, a significant leap that places him among the most intriguing names in American high school basketball. His decision, scheduled to take place at Blake High School, involves four finalist universities: Kentucky, Arkansas, Georgetown, and Maryland. The offer from Kentucky arrived in September 2024, and the official visit in October seems to have left an excellent impression. Since the beginning of Pope's cycle in Lexington, it has been evident that the coach prioritizes wings with wingspan, athleticism, and versatility, characteristics that perfectly define Oladiton's game. He is a player with mature reading of the game, capable of handling the ball, spacing the floor, and defending multiple positions. Comparisons to modern NBA hybrids are no exaggeration. Baba is the type of athlete who changes the identity of a roster, whether through his technical impact or tactical versatility. In terms of fit, Kentucky offers exactly what Oladiton needs. Pope has built a system that values creative wings, with offensive freedom and a focus on quick transitions, a style that directly aligns with the player's profile. Furthermore, the coach has proven to be an exceptional communicator in recruitment, building genuine relationships with young talents and their families. The impression behind the scenes is that Pope and his team have done everything right. Well-planned visits, a clear development plan, and a modern, competitive, and long-term basketball project. The challenge, of course, lies in Oladiton's local ties to the state of Maryland. The Terrapins program is seen as the main obstacle for Kentucky, as the player has deep roots in the region and a family circle strongly connected to the local community. Still, it's impossible to ignore the weight that the name Kentucky carries on the national stage. Pope's presence has rekindled the Wildcats' image as an elite destination for multidimensional wings, and Baba could be the next great example of this new era. The announcement promises to be closely followed by recruitment analysts from ESPN, On3, and 247 Sports, and there's a growing consensus that Kentucky is entering the final stretch in an excellent position. If Oladiton chooses Lexington, it will be more than a one-off victory. It will represent the strengthening of a narrative that has been consolidating in recent months. That Mark Pope is putting Kentucky back at the forefront of conversations about talent and national projection. In a cycle that already involves names like Tyron Stokes and Christian Collins, the possible arrival of Baba Oladiton would be the touch of authority. Three elite wings, with complementary profiles, anchored in a modern and flexible playing philosophy. It's the ideal foundation to return the Wildcats to the leading role that has always defined them. As the clock ticks down to Wednesday's announcement, the mood in Lexington is one of cautious optimism. Pope knows that recruitment is a game of patience, but also of conviction, and he has shown both in balanced doses. Let's see how this plays out. Kentucky football, traditionally known for its defensive robustness under Mark Stoops, has been undergoing a quiet but remarkable transformation in its offensive identity. What seemed to be a challenging season, full of adjustments and uncertainties, found unexpected momentum not only in the rise of its young quarterback Cutter Boley, but also in subtle and strategic changes that began to shape a more efficient and adaptable offense. This metamorphosis, although still underway, is a clear example of how the synergy between experienced leadership and emerging talent can alter the course of a campaign. It all began with an away loss against South Carolina, a moment that could have been merely cataloged as another stumble in the SEC's competitive calendar. However, it was precisely in this game that the behind-the-scenes work of the Kentucky program began to shift in a new direction. Bush Hamdan, the offensive coordinator, sat alongside Kevin Barbay, an analyst whose accumulated experience in programs like Appalachian State and Mississippi State brought a different perspective to the control room. It was there, amidst the post-game frustration, that Barbay planted a seed that would become the turning point for the Wildcats offense. The exact words remain a closely guarded secret by Hamdan, but their impact is already visible on the field. From that conversation, the focus shifted to simplifying and optimizing. The idea was clear: take advantage of the strengths of the available roster and, above all, protect Boley from the intense pressure that had been undermining his efficiency. The result was a transition to a style of play that, while not a complete air raid, flirts with some of its fundamental principles. Short, quick passes began to dominate the offensive scheme, allowing Boley to release the ball before opposing defenses could collapse on him. This seemingly simple change had a ripple effect. Less exposed offensive lines, receivers with more space to operate after the catch, and a team that suddenly seemed to breathe more easily in critical moments. In the last 3 games played at Kroger Field, this approach has begun to yield impressive results. Boley, still early in his college career, has shown maturity beyond his years, completing 77.3% of his passes for a total of 756 yards and 7 touchdowns. These numbers reflect not only his individual talent, but also the hard work of a coaching staff that knew how to adjust its pieces on the board. Mike Hartline, former Kentucky quarterback and now a quality assurance analyst, has been fundamental in this process, offering valuable guidance to Boley as he navigates the complexities of high-level college football. But perhaps the most revealing aspect of this transformation is the efficiency on third downs, historically one of the Achilles heels of the Kentucky offense. In the last 2 games, the Wildcats converted 7 of 13 third down attempts requiring at least 7 yards, a remarkable feat in a conference as competitive as the SEC. Boley, with a 68% completion rate in these situations, has proven that the confidence placed in him by Hamdan and his team was not in vain. This improvement is not just statistical. This reflects a renewed mentality within the group, a sense that the offense has finally found its identity. Hamdan, for his part, has been adjusting his approach as the season progresses. He knows that every play recorded on video will be meticulously evaluated by NFL scouts, and this has influenced his communication with the players. It's no longer just about winning games. It's about building legacies. For Boley and his teammates, this is an opportunity to show the world that they belong at the next level. For Stoops, it's a chance to further solidify his reputation as a coach capable of adapting his program to the modern demands of the sport. There is still much work to be done. 3 games remain in the season, and each will be a crucial test to determine how far this new offense can take Kentucky. But regardless of the outcome, it's already clear that something special is being built in Lexington. Under the discreet but effective leadership of figures like Kevin Barbay and Bush Hamdan, and with the brilliant youth of Cutter Boley, Kentucky football is learning to reinvent itself without losing sight of its essence. and for a program that has frequently had to fight against prejudice and limitations. This may be the greatest victory of all. Share your thoughts.